I promised to do weather video. I've written about it before now. As you know by now, for those who follow me, I'm from the Vietnam War era, and it was a rude awakening to learn that the United States was actually using the Vietnam War as a cover-up for weather control warfare. Plus, obviously it was chemical warfare due to the fact they used chemicals to deal with controlling and manipulating the weather, to basically try to make it so muddy for the Vietnamese up north so they couldn't maneuver. But the side effect of that was the Americans weren't used to the monsoons. The Vietnamese were, but the problem was it was more than just a very wet season they had that year, or a few years. I don't know how long they did it at. But the Americans, many of them, have issues with rain and having triggers. So that's the side effect. So here we are. It says, hello, I took this picture 2 months ago in the north of England. It was during a thunderstorm. It was hit and miss because the beam moved about rapidly. Luckily, I managed to capture this one. So this was in these footages was uploaded to this person's, and it was back in 2015. So I have to look at what was happening in 2015. I can't think right now. A lot of things were happening in 2015. Giving you a more detailed look. To that, to show you the closer look. Very straight, very direct. I've not seen this, have you? This was taken in Van Cleve, Mississippi. Any idea what this could be? It's the exact same thing as the one in England. I don't know if you can tell on this thing here, but somewhere in Mississippi this was happening. It's wide. It's not a little narrow thing. And you can see it's not faked due to the fact they got water droplets here. It's behind, light is behind the wires here. I don't know if you can see, but it's behind, and it's just a straight beam of light. Like it's wide. It's super wide. You know, any ideas, anybody? The less covering of the clouds, and as you can see, you know, the water droplets here, it doesn't mesh or merge into them or anything like that. It's not Photoshop on top. It looks very real. The lights are behind, like this, these wires are in front of it. The light's behind somewhere else, as you can see in this one here. You know, what is that? Can you see better without the light? I don't know. Is it better or more flare? I don't know if that's worse or bad or or good or let's move a little bit more. Sorry about the wobbles and stuff. So what's your thoughts on this, folks? Any ideas? So this is September the 6th. Can you see the beam? Look how now the lightings of the thunder strike, lightning. So this is September the 6th. So this is a different shot of it. And this is the person. Can you see? Look at it. The lightning is huge. I mean, like, look at, can you see? I don't know if you can really see without the flare. I don't know how to get rid of the flare. What angle I need to be at. Maybe that's even worse. Ugh. Anyway, the width of the is here to here, right? The lightning is there. In this. So these are different frames. Can you see? And this is a different shot.
Such a heavy bag.
And so you can see the lightning and this huge beam. I don't know if you can see. Do I have to be closer? Well, there we go. So, what is this? I mean, look at the size of the house, right? It's wider than the house. Over here, a different, like as you can see over here, it's a different frame because the lightning's different. Look. But over this house, going over it, passing over it to the next house. See the width of the beam there? The trees. Coming in close to a closer shot. See the lightning over here. There's my mouse. Lightning here. Look at the house. So again, this is 2015. We're now in 2018. What's going on? What is this big, massive beam thing going on? Any ideas, anybody? So yes, I thought I'd go off with a bang here. So this is, I don't know what place this is, but just pausing it. So here's more. over the waters. Was this around about CERN time? I'm not too sure. Were they opening the portal or the abyss? The abyss? Closer up. This is as a tree. If I go slowly over. Look at it. Back to this house picture. So we got them in two places, United States and England right now. UK, England, yeah. I don't think it's due at all, and I think it's I don't know what the heck it is. Who knows? You know, I'm an artist, so I have all these brushes around. So there's that one. So I'm just going to do the next one and introduce you to this. Let's roll. So what is this thing there? Whoops, there. What is that? So this is different from the ones I've seen before. This has a white blob following it. Unidentified flying object. I mean, it's insane. Oops. And it caught up. Look, boom, it's caught up. And now it's past it. Look at that. So it was trailing it, and then it passes it. So what is that, folks? Wow. And it passed. Wow. No, I haven't seen this. Like, this is amazing video footage. Then it passes. Look at it. Whoever this chap recorded this is stunning footage, and it passes this thing. Look at it. Oh. Look. Wow. Okay, well, I don't know what's going to happen next. So what is this? Look at that. What else is that? Wow. This is stunning though. Whatever this thing is. I love it. Stunning footage. Whatever it is. What they're doing in our skies. Wow. So what have I got going on here? Let's just X a few things out and just go back to well, I can't locate it right now, but I'm just going to look at this for a minute with you. See the name? That name keeps switching out with another name. And this is a peninsula in the Antarctica. Now, what is really rather amazing is these bumps. See how grid-like they've been. See it? I don't know if you can actually see, but it's regular bumps, as if it's an inverted harp under the waters on Google Map Earth thing. See here? Regular pimples. So what is that? Is that harp underneath? They've got one above, the in the sky. They've got a whole bunch, which I've done before. Now they got, see this? These bumps here. Look. For those who don't know what harp looks like, brace yourself. I'm just gonna look at one in a minute. Let's just quickly locate. So this is harp. These wires. From above it looks like this. Lots of little things. There's another one here. Okay, they're very regular, organized in a certain distance. This is what it looks like from a distance. So let's go back to this one again. See how the pimples are looking very regular and like a grid. Okay. And it so happens to be near a peninsula called Rothschild. Surprise, surprise. And here, there's all those pimples too. So it's everywhere. Like it's the whole island is full of pimples around the island. Well, I mean peninsula. strange, right? Let's just pull up. This is not natural, folks. What's this? This is, what on earth is this? What country is this? So, hang on a minute, I'm just gonna. So this is hot stuff. Light shooting up in the sky there. So another remote place they put it in without you knowing. This below here is the Philadelphia experiment to do with time warping, jumping stuff, travel. All right. And as you can see, this is now, I think, declassified or classified. But look at this in a minute. The one in the middle. Can you see it? It disappears. It begins to become, can you see? It begins to fade. This is dark. So, portal technology associated with this experiment to make warships invisible to radar were partially successful. There's some crazy stuff going on with the military. And here, it's gone. This is the Philadelphia experiment. Okay, so I didn't do anything. I'm just showing what we got here. We've got the wake of the water from the warship. There's obviously 1, 2, 3, but where's the boat on this one? Where's the ship? There's a ship obviously there, nothing there, and there's a ship there. Okay, so we're going to go through this sequence again. Here's 3 warships, very clear, evident, and distinct. Got, you know, it's 3D, 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 right? We got the waters, the waves, the whatnot. Then, same 3 ships going full steam ahead or whatever. But this is becoming somewhat light for some reason, right? Nobody's a doctorate. The photograph so at a distance, and then you've got the 3 ships. But the problem, where's the 3rd one? It's gone. So, what's going on, folks? What's going on? That's not being told, eh? Again, I'm going to show you this. This is a remote mountain range. I don't know which mountain range this is. Does anybody know? I don't know, but definitely stuff's going on. A lot of mountains. Aerial view. There's a patch, plateau, and this is what's happening here. Look at it, it's huge. I mean, I don't know how big this thing is, but it's huge. And let's go down to this thing here. I mean, look. Partial. Wow. I haven't seen one clue like this before. And look, it's poof, gone. Where is this one? It's definitely awake. Right? Like, it certainly was something there. I mean, there's something there, right? There's an object there. But this one, follow, follow, boom, gone. Follow, follow, follow. It's still there. This one, it was partially shaded, invisible. So you follow, 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 becoming somewhat invisible. This is a solid. We don't know what's happening there. And where is this one? And it's a solid here. But I'm stunned. I can't keep my eyes off of this one. So as you can see, it's a solid. This wake of the water is solid. But where did this go? Did they erase it? Or did it become invisible? They had the technology, technology of invisibleness, or quantum jumping, or what's going on here? And then here, this ship is still here. So just keep in mind what they're doing. Wow. So this is this big beam thing going on. And like I said before, they're placed all over the world now. It used to be just one, but now when I posted quite a while back now, I did a video on this, and I was kind of shocked how many places they have these things in. But they have a trig point. I mean, like a triangle one up in Scandinavia countries, Finland, Norway, and parts of Russia. See this, like this. They say this is normal, but you know, who this is not normal, folks. And the weather people are bought entities. And so the weather network, like the MSM, which is mainstream media, are bought by the New World Order entities, corporations, ruling elites, the power families, like the Rothschilds, the Windsors, the Rockefellers, the etc. So the Vanderbilts. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that says. So do you remember this stuff? And I normally have a lot of pictures to show you all in one shot, but I'm just randomly showing you things because it's hard work getting all these pictures in one place and doing these videos for you. But anyway, these are not normal, folks. These are just not normal. This is not normal. They say, oh, this is. They get some excuse like this rainbow and whatever, and lighting and particles just split the atoms and make this fantastic rainbow color thing. Rubbish. Total rubbish. So this is. I don't know where this is. Is it in Alaska still? There's so many of them, folks. There's just so many. They're popping up everywhere. This is why you are getting bankrupt, because they're building this stuff. What is this? This is one crazy, what do you call it? Like, Australia's having some crazy weather right now. So is Europe, UK. I haven't really been looking at the weather of late. I've been looking at other things. What is this? What is this weather? No, this is not clouds. Well, they like to tell you it's clouds. Really? These are puffs of clouds, right? I can't see any freaking castles or elephants or bunny rabbits or tortoises up in the sky there. You know how you sit there and lie on your back and imagining shapes out of the puffs of clouds. Well, where's a puff of clouds of this? You can play, what, checkers or noughts and crosses? I am going to show you something, but I have to pull it up though. What's the size of this one? And you don't think they got weather weaponry. Check it out. Look at the size of this one. This is in Peru. Oh, you know what? I just thought of. So what's it say here? I don't know what it says here. This is a radio observatory of Jicamaca is working with ultra short waves USW as its main instrument. So this is in Peru. I was just thinking about why they're always close to mountains, although, you know, it's obviously a secret place. People can't, you know, bug you about things, and so therefore you can't really see it. So it's out of sight, out of mind sort of thing. But they can't be out of the mind when they shoot stuff in the sky, and so people see these things happening, so they deflect the story and make some crazy stories up. So from this, wherever it is, we've now come to this. All right. So what I was trying to say a little earlier, before I got sort of drawn into the stuff, was that when I was up in, just waiting for my kids to come home from something, the radio frequency was so crystal clear, bouncing off the walls of the mountains. Like, I was so surprised how crystal clear it was. Like, it was perfect. No crackles, no interruptions, no interferences. And so I was thinking, all the ones I've seen so far are against a bunch of rocks, mountains. But having said that, no, I found some of that out. So this is, this is still Peru. Look at it. So this is Peru. Look at the size. I mean, I don't know what size these things are. But it's mammoth. So our countries are being depleted from natural resources. That's why probably I'm thinking they're having military people not being told, because if you were told, you wouldn't even fight for them. But the military, in secret, get you boys and girls to defend these places for natural resources in other countries, so that they can have it to use. I mean, that's a lot of metal and whatever materials they have, wires, and no wonder there's a shortage of copper and goodness knows what. Look! I mean, how many of these would take how much of copper wiring alone just to get that all working? Just one. And how many do you have of this around the world? You got Japan. This is in Japan now. So it's everywhere, folks. You got them in England, you got them in Europe. Where's this one? Anchorage, so that's Alaska again. And then you got these that weren't a thing, but now the frequency is pretty astounding. Remember when we didn't have any of these things that were this very rarity, they were rare and sporadic? Oh. Open house? Anybody up there want to go to an open house? So I'm just going to pull up some crazy weather patterns for you to look at, just so that here's another. This is not normal. Not normal at all. Right? Another set. This is not normal. Right? Just to show you. Just showing you some more. That's not normal weather patterns with wind and stuff. No, don't give me that. Open house. Some of you should go to that and check it out if you're near. Like I say, this is normal. parents never ever had sunsets like this. Are you kidding me? We certainly didn't have sunsets like this when we were kids. I think this is sideways, but anyway, look at this. What is that? Remember that, I don't know if this was real or what at this point, I don't know. But these sure are. Some of it's really crazy. I mean, how about this? Or this? Or this? When was the last time we had water, waves, rippling effect in the sky? I mean, it reminds you of like water. You throw a stone in water and you have this ripple effect. Well, clouds never did that. Clouds were random and puffy and beautiful. And like, when was the last time you had a very puffy cloudy sky? Look at these things. You got these very distinct cloud formations. Like, what the heck are these things? I mean, clouds don't do that, right? How about this one? These are pictures that people take around the world. Not like something's going on, because how can everybody doing it? Now look at this one. How about this one? What the heck is all this? Let's see what this is all about. What's this? Location, is that a grid reference? What is this? Degrees, north and east. Good grief. I'm just going to read it. This is a fascinating, I don't know what the heck it is. It says new improved, I'm just going to bring it back here so you can sort of see what I'm looking at. So, new and improved HAARP, question mark. The shape of the future, I don't know, can I, hold on tight, folks, I'm just trying to get you to see something. So whilst I'm looking at stuff, you can look at it whilst I'm reading. So I'm just trying to... Okay. The crazy stuff. Like, what are we looking at here? In my younger days, I was a ham radio operator, K1FJS. My hangout was the 20-meter band. Since we used crystals that were made to a specific frequency, it was easy to make a perfectly tuned antenna with some copper wire. You divided the speed of light to 99,792,458 meters per second by the frequency you wanted to target in hertz. The result was in meters, and you could make your piece of wire by using a quarter of this length. That being said, the best antenna I ever used was the metal drain pipes and gutters on my family's Cape Cod house. It contacted over 100 countries using this odd configuration and just 50 watts. As long as it didn't rain or get covered by snow, the point here is that the antenna have a way of combining their contorted radiating surfaces that can sometimes perform better than a straight piece of wire. If you've ever broken a cell phone, you have no doubt seen the strange shaped antenna that makes communication between the phone and the tower possible. These oddly shaped conductors are designed by computers and usually can radiate signals on a broadband range frequencies. Instead of just one, it's a fairly new technology which only became viable in the last decade, about the time when your mobile phone became your cell phone. A pioneer in this field is Nathan Cohen, the inventor and patent holder of the fractal antennae. Nathan had this drain pipe moment when he fabricated an aluminium foil antenna using a fractal pattern to hide it from his landlord, who prohibited antennae on his property. Nathan was surprised that it worked at all, yet he successfully communicated with another ham operator on the 2-meter band. Above left, an example of a fractal shape being used by ham operators in square or quad formation. Right, the harp installation in Gakona, Alaska. The idea blossomed, and today fractal antenna systems are the cutting edge of radiant communication systems. And this brings us to HAARP, or I should say ionosphere heaters like HAARP. Those of us familiar with dark technology like HAARP are used to seeing football-sized antennae farms with hundreds of towers and aluminium dipoles. But that's an era of the past. This is really dark, what he's exposing. Enter. See, oops. This is a truck here, apparently. So, what the heck? This is an interesting shape. They got down here. Look, they got these like cup links or infinity shapes. And these are like, I don't know what the heck it is. Okay, so. Something weird yet familiar can be found at 43 degrees 04 apostrophe 51.75 inch north / 92 degrees 48 apostrophe 26.85 those, is it speech marks or foot? I don't know what you call that in coordinates. And then east, I would imagine, letter E. First, notice the scale. Those little rectangular things are trucks. So I'm going to scroll down. Those little rectangle things are big trucks. The staff there must get pretty bored because there is evidence of joyriding on the tarmac. The embedded conductors are used like an obstacle course, leaving signs of tire wear on them, especially in tight turns. Those illuminated dark figure of 8 figures, which would be, I guess in this one over here. Figure of 8. Where'd it go? Shapes are puzzling. We sometimes see tracks in them also. So you've got these weird markings. Can you see the markings? Reminds me of the hieroglyphics in witchcraft, glow and certain shapes, of witchcraft and magic and stuff. They have all these weird shapes and things and sequences that they do. Oops, I didn't mean to move that one. So these black things here, there's a truck. This one here is a truck. At first we thought this site was a runway. Yeah, I thought so too. But perhaps it was designed to look like that way. But some professional pilots who reviewed these photos noticed several oddities that would appear to discourage that assumption. Yeah, it's there are no approach lights, no traces of wheels striking the runway, and the runway itself is far too small with many obstructions like the huge saucer thing to allow there, whatever that is, at the bottom of the picture frame here. To allow all but a little drone to land here. No, it's not a runway, but then what is it? Then are those weird shapes on the arms of the structure. They are oddly symmetrical. Yeah. Stop the eyes now. It looks like a, if you look at it, it looks like a pouting raccoon. Can you see it? They are oddly symmetrical, like the new antennae designs. We ran this by Nathan Cohen, and he agreed. What it is 2 banks of 3 arrays for 2 separate bands, and 1 bank of 2 arrays for another. Yet you can't tell the operational frequencies from the spacings. The panels are many wavelengths across, but we don't know how many. It is a multi-band and array antenna farm, which flat array panels. If we knew the operational frequencies, I could tell you the gain, but not at Arecibo, but still not too shabby, would be my guess. Could be an it could be an imaging radar for satellite monitoring. So I don't know what that means. Anybody know what that means? So you've got this, it's very flat. There's no really raisedness like in the hearts where it's like a whole bunch of things vertical. This is very flat, like going totally the opposite direction. So more undetectable maybe from wherever. The surrounding area reveals no power sources for the complex, but there is reason enough to believe that the works are hidden underground. The nearest village is called Jiefang, Jiefang, which means liberation, and Kanjing, I don't know, Kanjing, underground caverns. So it means liberation of underground caverns. The idea of high It's flat as a pancake. Right. So let's go to the next one. Oh, flat as a pancake. There's obviously people using these strange markings. Like, why would they have strange markings like that? But it reminds me of, like, microchips. When you look inside it, the wires are weird to have lots of lengths compressed. Anyway, the idea of high-gain, cutting-edge antennae aiming up towards the ionosphere seems to imply that this facility is designed for a purpose similar to Alaska's HAARP facility. It's not that far-fetched. China has numerous and amazing things that can be seen from studying Google Earth. There are cities, huge and so modern that they look like something out of Star Trek, that are all empty and far removed from any other civilization. There are thousands of square miles of wind generators, weird, like Area 51, like places, that reported back in November 2011. Check out a Google Earth. We have more surprises coming for now. What do you think this is? What do you think? This is a question, I guess. So this is China's grid. Look, dear Lord. China, like from the air. What on earth are they doing over there? This is Google Earth. So what on earth is this? And they're supposed to be poor? Well, how much did they take from the people to build this thing as well? So this is China's Area 51. So you're not allowed to come into it, I suppose. And I've seen some of this before, but I don't know what this person is going to be talking about. So anyway, let's just see what it says. Since our tip-off and discovery of the puzzles in China's Area 51 and the location of ionospheric heater, we thought we would next focus on the hundreds of square miles of buried cable that stretch across China's wild and inhospitable northern territory. After hours of scrutinizing Google Earth, we understood that the tracks we were seeing were not the random joyrides of idle troops in liberation trucks. We found evidence that these tracks were from vehicles that were laying underground cables. This video demonstrates how special vehicles can cut a narrow trench in the earth, lay the cable and then cover the trench as they slowly move over the rough terrain. We suspect that a similar process involved here. Also, we should check this out. Okay, let's see what it shows. Ah. Have we seen one of those? I haven't. Ditch Witch RT115 Squad Track by Battery Plow Trencher. That's what it's called. What is that? You can research it. Okay. So back to this one. Above whether the antenna system was designed to transmit or receive, we just do not know. Our best guess is that it somehow collects power from the Earth, but we could be wrong. The approximate measurements are provided. The repeating pattern seems to be the same contemporary antenna design which was previously reported in the HARP-like facility. Yeah, I have, well, I don't know which account now. The others are dead. So this is the active live one. And I have seen this before, and I have posted this sort of stuff before. Craziest crap. I don't know what they're doing, but they're certainly doing something. But that is telling. They take the money. As long as they've got the money, they can do what the heck they want. And how they do that, generally speaking? Through the banks. When you put your money from your work to save for you, which what? Insane. Like one person had 10k in there, and you weren't allowed to touch it for like 10 years. Guess how much interest they made? I think it's like 1%, 2% max. No, I think it's like 1%. Wasn't very much. Wasn't even worth it. So that $10,000 for 10 years, they had the ability to use it, but the other person whose money belonged wasn't allowed to touch it. Isn't that a scam right there? You think it's an investment, but really, folks, is it really an investment when you give it to these banks to make this damn stuff against humanity, to do whatever they wanted to do, destroy our planet, basically? So there's more of this. This is in China. They're doing the same stuff with their country. It's special. It's only in your country? No, it's in other countries too. Above the cable was laid, the entire area was subject to intensive surveying. Lines and pits can be seen at regular intervals, which you can see in here. We have been told that the configuration of the 6 pits possibly represents sonic charges, explosives used to obtain echo sounding of the earth. We've seen these before near oil fields and mining operations. Yeah, of course. Explosions, blasts, they just kill everything. Earthquakes it creates, right? They don't care at all, as long as they do their job and make money, use up the natural resources for their evils. Who knows what they're doing? Bless you. Above a slightly different but still repeating pattern, noticing the surveying lines and pits. The labour involved in this project must have been huge. Even so, there are no towns or facilities in the area to sustain a large workforce. How did the Chinese do this? Dear gosh, who knows? Work them until they dropped? They don't like paying, that's for sure. How poor the people are, look at the waste and pollution. Who knows what they did? It's a communist country, for crying out loud. Above you can see, that's just next one for you. above you can see that these lines are not merely track marks, truck tracks. There is a considerable effort made in connecting the ends of the lines of cable as if to close the circuit. Yeah. See here? While this could be some kind of huge antenna, antenna expert Nathan Cohen previously told us that the gain of any system is lost when the antenna is close to the ground. In this case, the cables seem to be buried. This leads us to suggest that it is a power system, somehow collecting the Earth's energy, a dream for Westerners, physicists. It shows how advanced Chinese scientists are, so they're not dumb. We have seen these same grids at lower latitudes in China. These gigantic systems are unparalleled in the world and a huge mystery. Yeah. Chinese, they love copying reverse engineering too, not just the Americans. So, let's see. So I'm just going to open up something here for you to see. Some things that, well, is saying in the weather office, the meteorologist, the Met's office, this is normal. Is this really normal? Like, really? This is a normal cloud, eh? And this is what they say, this is normal. This long, continuous line of clouds that people send all over the world. This is 2006. They say this is normal. This is not normal, folks. This is not normal. This was Big Cloud. This is a famous one. Look at it. And they say this is normal. Really? Look at this. This is from Ariel. What the heck is that? It's like a snake coming through the clouds. Right? Like, how is that normal? I mean, is that normal? No. These aren't normal either. This is not normal. Nope, not normal. How long have they been doing this? Look at this. It's like freaking fire coming out of hell. Oh, this is ash. Don't know why it's orange. This is supposed to be a normal cloud. So these rainbow things are normal? No, they're not, folks. They're not. They're not. They're not. But they're telling us they're normal. Actually, this is going around and it's actually photoshopped. Just to let you know. What else we got going? The one I want to show you at some point is a very crazy looking cloud that went around the world, and it's really quite... Oh, here's another one that goes... I was told that it's normal. The wave cloud, they call it. It's rare. No, it's rubbish. I make these stupid clouds. made them. I mean, look how regular it is. So, so back to this one for a minute. I'm just going to these truck lines. I have it somewhere, but I have to locate it. So I'm going to stop here, I guess. Actually, one more, since I'm doing a video on. Oh, you know what? Before I show you the next one, I'm going to show you the normal one first. And the New World Order loves, again, I'm going to repeat, the flip side. So if it's white, they want to make it black. If it's black, they want to make it white. And we've seen that in people. They've done that with MJ, his skin. They did that in the White House. They made white people black, so they had Obama there. And now they flipped it again and made it white. So the United States seal, they made it from, let's see, it's supposed to be a dark background. So in Obama's administration, it was white. And so it goes on. It should be white stars, but in Obama's administration, it was black. So they flipped it during his reign. And so most people don't get that one. In fact, I rarely hear anybody talk about that. I think there's maybe 3 max now. When I did it, it was just me and another person. And then it's gone up to about 3 maybe. So let's just do this. And do remember, when you're looking for this stuff like this, YouTube is deleting truth. So those who are trying to expose, like, what's going on, like, who's spraying our skies, they're erasing those types of people, all right? So just know that it's going to be difficult. And for those who have ones that show early days before it was tried to be stopped, try to keep those videos and pass it around. So let's just see. Just a short one, really. So then here we go. Oh. What's it saying here? What's it saying? So there's chemical trails and there's contrails. They're very different. One stays and one disappears. One changes the cloud, and anyway, I just wanted to show you and just freeze you the picture of. So as you can see, we've got that. I don't know what type of video we've got going here, but I'm going to do next one, which is okay, so I'm going to show you this one. And this was back in 2016. I had posted this when it came out immediately. So, this is talking about the flip side. So I don't know how this is. So, okay, we're going over here. So as you can see, there's this plane, and normally shadows are behind, but notice that the shadowing, where did it go? Shadows are going ahead. See it? Oh, they're having a hard time keeping an eye on this footage. But the footage, the shadow is ahead instead of behind. You see the black line? And you can't even see the plane. Like, where is it? And this is another footage that was amazing, where the plane was in the sky and it just disappears. So, oops, I'm wobbling all over the place. So I hope you enjoyed that, and oh, maybe, what's this? So as you can see, can you see? There's a line going ahead. Can you see? So it's bizarre. Oh, let's just explain a little bit by diagram. So here's a chemtrail coming from the aircraft. But then what is this black line? Like what's going? It's like a web, is what I thought on the first round. And so let's see here. Can you see the black line forming? Let's see here again. There's two black lines on that one. So what's happening is there's a shadow, there's another world that we don't know, that they're invisible. Anyway, all wonderful food for thought. Look up the skies, take pictures, and let's talk about it. Let's try to figure out before it's really too late. I mean, it's already late as it is, but there is a place called Too Late. So what are your thoughts? Please message, post something. It'd be fantastic to get some feedback, what you think. And let's dialogue. Shalom, shalom.